Welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is a very talented actress, comedian, and best-selling author of the essay collection Little Weirds, who you know from her work on shows such as Parks and Rec and The Great North, and films like Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Everything Everywhere All at Once, An Obvious Child. Her new book, Lifeform, was published today. Please welcome back to the show my very good friend, Jenny Slate, everybody. Back in New York City.
Wow, that just pumped me up.
I know. Me too.
So, I mean,
I'm on cloud nine right now.
Pumping. Oh my God.
Are you happy to be back in New York City?
Oh, I'm thrilled. I'll tell you, I woke up here this morning, had no idea where I was.
Yeah.
Zero clue, like nothing in the mind. Like my eyes popped open, and I obviously, you open your eyes and you're not 99.
Yep.
And you don't know anything about where you are, and you're not kidnapped.
So these are the things you're ruling out.
Right, and I'm just like, and I can feel my brain being like, meow, meow. And I'm like, oh man, it's not on. And like, I was like, I need to get this going because I don't know where I am.
Yeah.
And I was like, just say something. Like in my mind, I'm like, just say something. Just to tell yourself. And literally, me in my bed this morning, I was like, New York?
That's how you found out?
That's how I found out, but
Yeah, you forced yourself to say it.
Yeah.
That is the weirdest advertisement for this city.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know the great thing about New York? You wake up, you got no idea.
You don't know what.
You don't know where you are till you say it.
Yeah.
You gotta say it.
But once you say it, baby, it's the Big Apple, hun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I want to ask, Halloween's coming up, and in your many visits here, we've talked about you visiting Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
We've talked about ghosts multiple times.
Sure.
Halloween, do you like it?
I like it, okay? Obviously, that's a convincing answer.
Yeah.
I like it. I do.
Okay.
I like it, but if I may, there's a bit of, not to be so sensitive, but a bit of trauma around it. Because, okay, number one, in Milton, Massachusetts, where I grew up, my dad had this thing that he made us do, where he would follow behind us in a van.
Okay.
Which,
While you're trick-or-treating?
While we're trick-or-treating. Okay,
Bad night to be out in a van.
Yeah, totally. It's like, okay, so, and this is what he was doing.
A slow-moving van.
Slow-moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Behind two girls. And when he would sense that our, like, those plastic pumpkins?
Yeah, of course.
They were too full. He'd be like, Jenny! And I'd be like, ah! And like run across the street, and he'd be like, dump it. Dump it out. And then he would make us dump out our candy.
In the van?
Yeah, into a larger receptacle.
Okay.
And then he'd be like, okay, let's go. And it was like a con, because then we would be like, tick-a-tee, and the people would look at our empty pumpkins, and they'd be like, oh my God, you're just starting. And we were like horrible liars. And we'd be like, yes, there are not any sweets at all. And they'd be like, whoa, it looks like you need like a lot. Or like sometimes they'd have like a king size.
Oh, and they'd save the king size for the poor girls who got a late jump on things?
Totally, man.
And your dad's just in the van just going nuts on the candy?
Yeah, he's in the van being like, like never crossed his mind that someone was gonna be like, does anyone see this guy?
Dude, I don't even think these are his daughters.
Oh, yeah.
I think he hired out these girls to like bring him candy.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite costume?
Oh, okay, so then this is the other thing,
Oh,
not
double
to be
traumas?
a bummer.
Yeah, okay.
Is okay, so there was a year where I was a loser. Only one.
Okay.
And the
That's
rest...
really good to get in and out in 1 year.
Oh, yeah, everything else smooth sailing, much success, and I've never felt awkward.
Yeah.
There was one particular year where it was like, oh, it just so happens that there are 0 friends for me to trick-or-treat with.
Yeah.
And that did hurt. And so, but of course, as 7th graders will sometimes do, I was like, actually, I'm taking it back. Like, I'm gonna do this for myself. I'll go alone, and I'll make my own costume. And my parents were like, oh, man. You know, it's so bad. Like, they're like, this is not gonna work out. So, of course, I like caution tape my room. I'm like, this is a no zone. Like, don't come in here. Like, I'm doing my costume. And I like made this costume, and it was this whole thing, and I was very dramatic about it. And the very cool idea was that I was gonna be a flower in a flower box.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like the whole audience is like, yeah, she had no friends. That's why, by the way. And my face was like gonna stick out with like big paper petals, and then I made a window box like stand, and I was wearing a green turtleneck and green long underwear.
This is great.
Incredible. So I thought.
Yeah.
And it was like, had like paper suspenders. And so I was like, dun 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 on, you know those like grand reveals that kids will do? You know, I was like on the landing of the stairs, I was like, presenting the one bloom of Halloween, blooming on her own. And then it was like, and it broke. And it was like, and it fell down, and it was like that terrible, awkward moment of puberty when it's like, lots of BO, bee stings, it's the 90s, there's no bra for that. You know, now everyone's wearing a sports bra all the time as a shirt, but back then it wasn't happening. And just like a camel toe in the long underwear.
Yeah.
My mom's like, you're not wearing that. You're not wearing that. I don't care if you're a loser, you don't have any friends, you're not wearing that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then I'm not going. And my mom's like, well, if you're not gonna go, Stacy's not gonna go. My sister's like, I hate you! Yeah. And the only other costume we had in our house was from the Temple Porum play.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, those who know really know that there's not a good costume there. And I had to go throughout my town dressed as a giant Hamantaschen.
Yeah.
It's a triangle cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, I'm sure that got all the friends back.
Oh, yeah. Big time trick or treats on that night, yeah.
The Hamantaschen costume is a real friend magnet,
Oh,
historically.
my God. Big time.
Big time.
Yeah, one of those sexy ones.
Congratulations, second one of these. Little Weirds. You were here and you talked about you loved writing it, but it was a challenge because I think like a lot of us, right, procrastinator.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it easier? Did you feel like you cracked the code with this one?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was almost bizarre how literally nothing, not like I expected myself to be someone that was like, well, the sun has risen again, looks like I'm ready to kill it. Get out there and freaking do this. But it was like the dread, the like writer's block, the self-criticism was like on just more than, it was like my eyes would like peep open in the morning and I'd be like, oh, way to go, idiot. Like, still lame. Yeah, pick up the pen. You know? It was hard. There was doubt. But yeah, eventually I busted through and
It's wonderful. I want to ask something. I feel like there's a lot of birds mentioned in this book.
Yeah.
You probably have a lot of thoughts about birds.
Yeah.
Top 5 birds, rank them.
Okay. And just so I can just do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the egret.
Okay.
Love a mallard.
Okay.
Storks.
Okay, great.
Really wonderful. Love a sparrow.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not as much as I love a swallow.
Swallow.
Yeah.
Now, what, for those of us who are in the market, what do you prefer? Why do you like a swallow more than a sparrow?
A sparrow's just a bird. It's like, has a good name.
Yeah.
That's why. I'm like, well, I have to then. You know,
Oh, I
it's
see.
like, yeah.
Sparrow's getting in on reputation, but not
Yeah.
on actual birdness.
Yes, but then a swallow sort of almost looks like, what? That thing could be a fish almost. Like it has like these like, beautiful wings and it's like, yeah. Like I just...
I'm glad to know stork made it in, because there's a lot of very good stork work in the book.
Yes.
What are you drawn to about the stork?
That it could bring you your baby and you wouldn't have to explode your vagina.
Yeah. That, like, the myth, you wish the myth was yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Audiobook.
Yes.
You have some friendly voices. True. Vanessa Bayer, our friend Will Forte.
Yeah.
George Saunders.
Totally.
George Saunders, who's, a beloved writer. I think we both love him great.
Yeah.
And one of the great voices for, and did you, when you were writing it, did you sort of have a wish list for who would read what?
Completely.
That's
like
wonderful.
I was just like, maybe it was like, George, could I ask him? Or what about like Steve Inskeep.
Oh, you got Steve Inskeep?
No, I didn't.
Great.
I didn't. No. And I was like, you're not thinking about Steve Inskeep. You wish, Jenny. You wish you were NPRing this.
Yeah.
But you're not.
You are doing something very fancy. You're doing a book tour, 8 cities, and you're bringing something with you on your book tour that is class act.
Oh my gosh. I really like what is going on right now, which is a tiny misunderstanding, which is I don't bring it. It's there.
Why is it there though? But it's at all 8 of them?
Yes.
But is it your choice to have it?
Yeah, it's a harp.
Okay.
But what I like is that you might think that maybe I travel with one, is what I'm saying.
No, I don't know you travel with it.
Okay.
I started to do it, but you reached out and was like, I would like at this reading, I would like there to be a harp and a professional harpist.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh my God.
And so the plan is you're reading and they're just playing a harp.
Completely that.
That's fantastic.
It's so relaxing, and it's also like, if most people come and see me do stand-up, but then there's just like a lady out there being like, everyone's like, what will happen?
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm like, you can expect a little bit more.
Did you, when you asked for the harp, were you met with any resistance by your publisher?
No. But I also think the first time I did it, I was like, oh, there's gonna be harpists. Like I didn't really clear it.
Oh, you were like this, if you want me, you get it.
Yeah, I just kind of made, because it's not like it's like a t-shirt gun. You know, or people are like, I don't know if we should. What if someone gets hit in the face with a t-shirt or something?
Right. There's no, like, I guess, risk of danger with a harp.
Unless it falls on you.
Yeah.
Or you could get your head.
Oh, right. You get
What if you got your
Are
head
you
stuck?
worried about making any sudden moves and getting your head stuck in the strings of a harp?
Completely. Like, have you ever been around something fragile and you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. What if I just... like, you know what I mean? Like, what if I just stick my hand through there?
Now I really want to go to one of these readings. Congratulations on the book, and just thank you for being here. I just love having you. Jenny Slate, everyone. No one like her life form. Available now wherever you buy books. But please support local and independent booksellers. Stick around. We'll be right back.